Hey, friends. I must be losing my mind. I just realized that I scheduled this for 5 a.m. I had no idea. Like, I thought I had scheduled it for 5 p.m., which is my normal time. So hopefully people realize that 5 a.m. was a mistake. Normal time. So hopefully people realize that 5 a.m. was a mistake. There we go. Yeah. Very crazy. Oh, happy Friday. TGIF. Get my candle going. How was your week? Mine is pretty, I don't know, my week seems to be getting harder and harder. Harder and harder. So I'm gonna light I have some fire here in the fire elements, and I have my water, I have my earth, air, and we're just gonna clear space, clear energy. Hey, Purple Moon Tarot, how are you? I am setting up my space and clearing energy, and things are starting to feel really, really good. Let's see. Awesome. Love that. This is one of my most favorite sound tools. And you know, it's funny, the other day somebody asked me what it was called, and I had to go like on a hunt to track it down because I bought it from the lady that I go to that does sound healing in my area. But I don't know, I just saw it and I thought it was cool. I like the sound, so I bought it and say, what is this called officially? So I had to go get that information. So thank you so much for being here. Indigo Twin MX, hello and welcome. Lori Barber, hi. Thank you for being here. It's been a week. It has been a week. I tell you what, I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready for a break. How is everyone doing? Has everyone had a good week? Tell me everything. I was, I don't know. I must have been confused because I scheduled this at 5 a.m. for some reason. So hopefully, people understood that 5 a.m. was a mistake and that the true time is 5 p.m. because I usually do my lives on Friday at 5. Very good week, very relaxing. Oh, that's amazing, Lori. I love that. I love that. I love that very much. Well, thank you so much. Today we're doing a VR, and for those that maybe aren't familiar, a VR is a video response. So usually what we see, like at least in the tarot community, I think they do this in the book community as well, but periodically they'll come out with a really fun hashtag. And then I will go through the questions on the hashtag and try to find a deck that matches with the questions. So that's what we have today. Let me see. Today's hashtag is my tarot identity. I think this is going to be fun. My tarot identity. I'm looking forward to this. So this was a VR that was put out by Carrie's Mystical Musings, and I've been waiting to do this for quite some time. So yeah, let me see here. Indigo, I'm still sick. I'm sick, but still in a good mood. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome because sometimes when you're like not feeling well and it just drags your whole vibe down. So I'm glad that you are not that way. Awesome. And we're sending favor to you for quick healing. Decent week, purple moon. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm all about that. Sophia Jade. Um, all right. I mean, then you're familiar with Nightbot. Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Nat, how are you? Nat the Horse Switch. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, Lori is absolutely right. It helps to mod when your mods aren't in just yet, and it helps to share links, and it helps to do all kinds of things. So yeah. Morgan, hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. All right, how about if we get started? So, we're doing a VR. This is to Carrie's Mystical Musings, and the hashtag is My Tarot Identity. So, prompt number 1, the deck that matches your outward aesthetic. So, for this, we're gonna think of home decor, wardrobe, and your overall style. This was fun, but like immediately I knew exactly which deck I wanted to use for this particular prompt, and it was gonna be this one, the Metamuse, the Metamuse Tarot. You know why? Because I um I love the color teal, and I have quite a few design elements in my home with that color. And so this deck, that's one of the main colors, that teal and gold. And I'll show you the backs of the card. And so I thought that this was like a no-brainer. I love this deck so much. This was one of those random decks, like a surprise deck. I purchased it because I saw the artwork and I immediately fell in love with it. So this is considered collage style art. And what they've done is they've taken an original, like black and white image, and they put it up against a color background. And I really, really love, um, collage art. Like I'm just feeling it right now. It is so I love it, especially when it's really well done like this. Now, I recently did a video on all of my collage decks, and you know, I don't think you realize just how many different styles of collage there are. But what I discovered is that this is my preferred style. Some styles of collage seem like very busy. There's a lot going on in the cards. It feels overwhelming, but I feel like this is just really well done. The meaning just kind of pops out right away. There's not a lot to, uh, you know, to distract you, and I just really love using this deck. So I really chose it not because I see myself as like, these um, this period of time or anything like that. No, I chose it more because I love the style of the ladies in this deck, but also because the color aesthetics. It's just really cool. And I love the collage. It's just beautiful. It's pleasing to the eye. It's really well done. So yeah, I chose this deck right here, which is the Metamuse Tarot. This is a great deck. And look, it has these awesome gold. Do you see that? Look how you can see how it catches the light. They're awesome. And this is not the kind of edging, you know how sometimes you have a deck that has edging and it feels sharp on your hand, like it could cut you? This one doesn't do that. This one does not do that. So that's nice. All right. Lori Barber, I adore you. That's so funny. Can be used to remove trolls. That is very too. So, fried fish, that's what I'll say to you. Be nice. Be nice or be out. Move it along. I'm sure there's other places that would love and appreciate you today. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Goodbye. Beautiful. Okay. Laura, you love teal. I know. It's so good. I love teal. And after a while you have to think, okay, at some point I do have to redecorate. I can't just leave everything teal forever. But for right now, I love teal. I just do. I just do. Okay. Lori, I know nothing about tarot readings. Okay. Well, today, actually, Lori, we're not doing any readings at all. We're just looking at artwork today. So if you like pretty things, if you like fun art, then you're in the right place. Oh, nah, I agree. I love purple. And teal and purple are beautiful together. Yes. I agree with you, Indigo, that this deck is just stunning. And when I first saw that deck, I had just gotten the Rosebud, which is similar, right? Not the same, but similar. But I immediately needed to get it. I just did. And I'm happy that I have both. I feel like they both have different voices too. Yes, jewel tones. I love jewel tones. I love jewel tones. I agree with you. Awesome. All right. So that was prompt number 1. So let's go on to prompt number 2. And this is what I'll say as we're going through the prompts, right? If you have one that you feel like makes sense for you, feel free to throw that into the chat. And if you know nothing about tarot, but something comes to your mind, you could put that in the chat too, because here we tend to get very conversational and we talk about all kinds of things. So, prompt number 2, I'm reading. The deck that fits a hidden or guilty pleasure. Aesthetic you secretly love but rarely show. All right. So, a guilty pleasure that you secretly love but you don't show. This was easy for me too. Here, I'm going to show you. It's the Bohemian Gothic. It's the Bohemian Gothic. This deck. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this deck is like, those like romantic vibes, gothic vibes, but also like, it has every kind of what you would consider to be like a scary archetype in the deck, right? So, here we see a young lady in a coffin. Like think about all your favorite like Halloween movies. In this deck there's a werewolf, there's a vampire, here is you recognize this figure, and basically everything that you could think of. And it's just, could you imagine what it would be like to visit a place like this? Vicky, hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. I'm showing off my Bohemian Gothic Tarot deck. This is not my most favorite edition, but I'm gonna keep it because my most favorite edition of this deck is the third edition, but that one is going. I think I saw a copy. It was a mini deck and it was $400. So we're not doing that. We're just gonna be happy with this version. You're a Scarlett O'Hara. Oh, I love that. That's fun. This deck, you were saying earlier, Nat, about the bold, vibrant colors. This deck has a lot of that. Very bold, very bright colors. Look at her. Look at the look on a lot of. I feel like this deck is very quirky, and when you look at the characters' faces, it's almost like you could tell like what they're thinking, and it's not anything good. I love these old style movies. I grew up watching, all the old, Dracula and, you know, Frankenstein and werewolf movies. I loved all of those. They're hard to find nowadays. I watch them now and then I think, why was I so afraid of that? Look at this girl. She looks very creepy. Casablanca and Nosferatu in black and white. Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, this deck is pretty cool. And, spooky season is right around the corner, so soon this deck is going to be coming out for readings. Maybe probably next month I'll pull it out when I do live readings. So if this cup or if this deck is your jam, then we can have fun with this one. It's just a super cool deck. I love this vibe. Of course, I don't consider myself goth in any kind of way. But I just love it. I love this. I love it and I want more. You used to watch them with your mom? Yeah. Yeah, they look like, you know why? Okay, so Indigo says they look like oil paintings. You know why? Because they applied a technique to this deck. This is part of the reason why this deck is so expensive. They applied a technique called cold foil stamping. So when you look at it like this, it's very hard to see the artwork. You have to kind of hold it on an angle in order to see. And it adds to the effect of it, but it also makes it really difficult. You have to hold the card a certain kind of way in order to see. Look at the Fool card. Isn't that cool? Yeah, this is a fun, fun deck. All right, I could look at this deck forever, but here, I'll show you Temperance. Isn't she beautiful, the Temperance Angel? She's dressed in purple. I like that because a lot of temperance cards show her dressed half blue and half red. So I like that here they just went with purple. The guy with the red jacket was creepy. This one, the Knight of Swords. Was it this one or this one? I feel like this guy has Dracula vibes, right? The Count. So yeah, this is my Bohemian Gothic, a deck that fits the guilty pleasure I secretly love, but I rarely show. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go to prompt number 3. 3 is a deck that totally matches. Oh, no, no. Yeah, yeah. A deck that totally matches your personality. Oh, all right. My favorite deck is my tarot cat deck where every card has a cat on it. There are so many cat decks It is insane. I actually have cats. We're cat lovers here. We have two. I have zero cat decks. And you know why? Because there are so many that it's like difficult. It's so difficult to choose one. So because of that, I've never gotten any. You would like to see the cat deck? I don't have cat decks. I don't have animal decks either. I do have nature decks. I have nature decks because I like that, but I don't have, some people really love flowers, so they have flower decks or plant tree decks. There's decks for every theme that you could possibly even think of. Okay, so the deck, so this is prompt number 3. The deck that totally matches your personality. I went with this deck here. I keep it in a little crochet pouch. I actually crocheted this. I was struggling, but I got it in the end. It was my first time doing a little pouch like this. It turned out okay. But anyways, this is a mini deck, and then I trimmed it, which made it mini-er, and I keep this in my purse. And the thought is that if I'm ever out and about and I need a deck, then I always have one handy. Ironically, I met a friend the other day for coffee. We got to talking. I shared with her that I'm reading tarot and that I had this channel. And she was like, well, do you have a deck? Oh, yeah, let me show you. And then I go in my purse and the deck wasn't there. So there you go. Okay, this deck is called Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon Tarot. I really like this deck. I got the small one because I wanted a small deck, but the artwork on this is very zoomed out. So in essence, it would be better to have the full size deck so you can see the art. And I'll show you some of the cards. This is a Thoth based deck, and I like it because it's very diverse. But I also feel like the characters in here are very urban. To me, they seem very urban, and that's how I grew up. I grew up in the inner city. I don't want to say on the streets, but kind of, right? And so the characters, out of all of my decks, the characters in this deck really remind me of uh, not the landscape in this deck, but the people. The people in this deck remind me of the people that I grew up with. I don't know if these characters don't have faces, which I'm just realizing. They don't have faces. But this deck is so great. It's such a great reader. Now, it's Thoth based, and so half the cards read like RWS, but the other half read like Thoth. I just read it. I always keep the little guidebook with it just in case. Like here, Nine of Swords is what you would expect, your traditional Nine of Swords. But there's other cards in here that are completely different. But I love this little deck. I used this deck for the longest time for moon readings. It's great for that. So I trimmed this deck. This was the second deck I ever trimmed. I trimmed it with a scissor, and then I edged it with a Sharpie. What you doing today? Hi, my darling. All right, Mizu, that is my baby girl. So please say hello and welcome my daughter. Was visiting in the chat. All right, here is. But you can see there's a lot of diversity in this deck. The characters are really fun. I don't know. I like all the dreadlocks in this deck. I just love it. It's so cool. My darling girl, how are you? Did you have a beautiful day? Tell me. Tell me the truth. Eight of Wands. This is a cool deck. I really just need to get the full size. Miracle is here in spirit via my profile picture. Miracle is our cat. Miracle's our cat. She's the black beauty of the family. Hi, Carolina. How are you? I am doing hashtag my tarot identity by Carrie Mystical Musings. And I am on prompt number 3, a deck that matches your personality. Look how cool this Hermit card is. The Cloud card with the heart. Okay, let me go back and look at that. Sometimes you're looking at the art and there's one, the Cloud card with the heart. Not this, right? Cloud card. Oh, all right. The Cloud card with the heart. So this is the 3 of Swords. Swords, they're connected to the element of air, which is all about your thoughts and your mindset, right? It could be about communication too. And so the 3 is typically a card of pain. Sorry, the 3 is usually growth and expansion, but the 3 of Swords oftentimes shows heartbreak. And so that's why we usually see the heart with the 3 swords, because it usually means that we're devastated about something, that we're heartbroken, something didn't go the way that we thought or that we planned, and we're completely torn up about it. Was that the card? Hey, Ankita, how are you? So, Lori, that one, right? Yeah, so that is the 3 of Swords. And a lot of people do not like this representation because they feel like if it is about the suit of air, which is how you think about things, how you process things, how you communicate, then why is there a heart? Why is it tied to emotions? Um, but I think a lot of times, like, we think and plan things out, and we have expectations of how things are going to be. Like, we can't help it, we're human, right? And when things don't go that way, we're so invested that you can't help it but, to be heartbroken. That, I think, it's a natural reaction when things don't go our way. So I feel like one could be a direct result of the other. It really just, it depends. There's a lot of different ways to read it. I think it depends on what other cards come up, next to the card, but typically that's what that means. Some of those 3 of Swords are really graphic, you know. So it just depends. All the artists, they're just, I like I like when they do something really different or special with the art on the cards. But a lot of times with that particular card, the 3 of Swords, it's always going to be a heart with 3 swords in it. And a lot of people feel like that's been done so many times. Let's do something different. Of course, that's easier said than done, right? Awesome. All right. It looks like daughter has moved on. Okay. Universe guidance for me too. Yes, we could all use some guidance. All right. So, number 4, the deck that represents a fun fact or something unique about you. So, for that one, I chose Cirque du Tarot. I don't know if you're familiar. So, this deck is like, it's kind of like a take on, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, your daughter is very aware and present. Oh my God, honey, you crack me up. I don't know how many of you are aware of like Cirque du Soleil. And there's quite a few of these shows. It's like a circus, but not like elevated, right? Where there's these performances, and it's really like a show, and it pulls you in. And I feel like this deck is kind of like that. Like it's part circus, but also part performance. And I chose this deck because, and I'll show you some of the art, because I was actually a theater major. I was a theater major. I went to an arts high school, and I studied drama, and we did all kinds of things during the 4 years. I actually graduated, uh, and that was my major, dramatic arts. And we were exposed to all kinds of things. Of course, we put on shows and plays and musicals. I got to um, perform on the stage, but I also did quite a bit of behind the scenes stuff. We did some lighting design, set design, costume design. So we were exposed to a lot of different things, and it's just a really special time in my life. And for that reason, this deck always brings me back to those memories of that time. So that's why I chose this deck for this prompt, because it's all about the spectacle, right? You ever hear it's all smoke and mirrors? There's a lot of illusions, when you go to see a show like this. And there's so many cool things that they've done in this deck that for me trigger a memory. So I really love it. This one is called Cirque du Tarot. It's not Cirque du Soleil, but you get the point. Like here, you can see the stage manager. She's behind the scenes, and I guess she was asked to do a coffee run, and she spilled it in the back, and she's freaking out. It's such a great deck. It's such a great deck. So I chose that one for this prompt. Light and fire, yes. Yeah. So the fire suit, Lori, is connected to our passion, our creativity, inspirations, motivations, that type of thing. Then we already talked about the swords. That's connected to air, which is thoughts and communication, mindset, the way we process things. Hey, Fatima, how are you? And then we have the cups, which is connected to water, which is emotions, right? Emotions could be also intuition. And then the last one is earth, which is all about all the things that ground us. It could be family, it could be home, it could be work, uh, it could be nature, Mother Nature. So that's kind of how it's set up. All right. I thought she was told to get in the box. Yeah, yeah. This is a very cool deck, and uh I it's a bit this I would say, like, when I got this deck and I started exploring with it, I realized that this was actually more of a shadow work deck. What are you doing today, Mom? Well, I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm hanging out with my friends. Because I had a rough day today and no one's here to give me a hug. So I'm here with my friends and they're sending positive vibes to me. That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Thank you, Ankita. See? Ankita knows. Okay. So let's go to the next one. The deck that feels like your alter ego. This one was okay. I feel like this deck is holding up the entire stack. So hold on so that they don't fall down. There. I chose this one, Quiet Rebel. And this is a very new deck to my collection. But before I got this, I had chosen the Quiet Rebel Oracle. So I just decided to swap it out. And the reason that I chose this is because I am by nature an introvert. And sometimes people like me, we're very quiet, withdrawn. We're not the type of people that are like out there making a stand and, the center of attention and all these other things. And so this deck really resonates for me because it's the quiet rebel, and that's how I feel. I feel like I'm very quiet and introverted, but I can be a rebel, and this deck helps to bring it out of me. It helps to bring it out of me. This is another collage style deck where they've used old black and white photos along with colored backgrounds, and it's just so fun. This one's also very diverse, so you see a lot of people from different ethnicities. I really like that. It's very inclusive. And the other thing is that you see a mix of people in this deck because sometimes with these decks, everybody looks young. And the truth is that I want to see a little bit of age diversity when I look at the decks. I want to see body diversity. As a full figured woman, I want to see people that look like me. I want to see brown skin. I want to see white hair. I want to see a little bit of everything. So, anywho, this deck for me, this quiet rebel, I feel like speaks to that quiet part of myself because I grew up a certain kind of way, and girls don't do this, girls don't do that, they don't say that, they don't laugh about this, they sit like this, they dress like that. And you don't cause waves, you don't stir the pot, you just sit there quietly, smile, and nod. And so I do feel like I have a little bit of this rebel inside of me that just wants to come out every now and again. As an adult, I feel like I'm walking uh, in my authentic way far more than I ever did growing up as a kid. The man hanging. The man hanging upside down in the tree. Okay, hold on. I think I know. All right. This is a major arcana card, Lori, and it is called the Hangman. Sometimes it's called the Hangwoman, sometimes it's called the Hanged One. In this case, they've given it a title. It says the reality dropout. But what this card means is when you are at a pause, a standstill, and it is time for you to do some inner reflections and really think about what you're going to do moving forward. And a lot of times, because the person is inverted like this, a lot of times it kind of speaks to that need of having to let something go in order for us to move on, right? So it's like a pause in which there's things that you probably need to let go of in order to make room for other things. You ever like meet people like that? They seem to be kind of stuck in their situation. They don't do anything different. They just continue living their day the same way every single day, and they're just stuck. They're stagnant, right? That it would be kind of like that. Like the card is begging us to do something different. The idea that he's hanging upside down is kind of like the idea of looking at things from a different perspective, switching things up a little bit. That's kind of what that, speaks to. Hopefully that helps. I like the contrast in the card, the colors on the bottom. Yeah, yeah. Oh, good, you're learning. At least he is not hanging. I have seen some really cool uh cards. Like this guy is on some kind of trapeze. Sometimes they're tied to a tree. Back in the day in the original deck, it almost looked like they were hung there upside down as a form of punishment. It's kind of how it used to look like back in the day. But yeah, this deck is just so fun. It's like this is the moon card, but it's called the Shadow Assassin. I just love the personality. It's so spunky. Here we have the Sun card. Good vibes only. Good vibes only, friends. Trolls, stay back. Stay back. I'm here. I'll step right here. This is 21, the World card. It's also called the Mic Drop. It's so cool. It's such a great deck. So yeah, that's why I chose this deck as the deck that feels like an alter ego. Karen Suki, hello. How are you? I generally use my Oracle decks. Yeah, and you know what, Karen Suki? There's an Oracle version of this one. This is Quiet Rebel Tarot. The other one is Quiet Rebel Oracle. Now, the sad news is that this creator is located in the UK. I feel like I just got these, anyone that just got these decks got it just in the nick of time because a lot of creators overseas are not shipping to the US right now with all the shenanigans. So many shenanigans with shipping. So I have a deck that's on my wish list I've been waiting for. It finally came back into print and I went to order it and the creator said, sorry, I'm not shipping to the US right now. And it's just, you know, it makes me upset. Can we all just get along? All right. Karen, Suki, thank you for being here. Karen. All right. Karen Suki. Today we're doing a VR and it's to my friend Carrie's Mystical Musings and we're talking about our identity as a person and of course relating it back to tarot. So we are on prompt number 6. The deck that fits how you are as a bestie. So I chose this deck. You don't know what this is? I have some favorite pens I found on eBay finally, but I had to ship them from Australia. I know! Australia, that's like on another level, man. You must have really wanted those pens. Mm-mm-mm. The shipping is on another level. Aussie Chris is in Australia, but he's not in the chat today. Fatima, is that true? 150 Canadians held by ICE. Oh my goodness. See? This is why I don't leave my house, people. Goodness gracious. All right. So let's see here. The deck that fits how you are as a bestie. I chose this one. It's called I Am the Artist. You are here, Chris. I was just talking about you. Goodness gracious. Speak and I appear. Yes. You're so magical, Chris. Thank you for being here. All right. A deck that fits you as a bestie. This is called the I Am the Artist. I woke up suddenly. Chris, like the song. You wake up suddenly and you're in love. Do you know that song? Is that Billy Ocean? I think that's Billy Ocean. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Tell me in the chat. All right. So, a deck that fits you as a bestie. I'm going to show you why I chose this. Look at this funky artwork. Can you see that? This deck is so weird. It's so weird, but it always makes me laugh. Like it's just drawn in I feel like this artist put the craziest colors together. She used the weirdest backgrounds and drew the funniest faces on her characters. I don't know. It's so good. The clothing that they wear, it's just very retro. It's like what you know how there's people that love to like thrift and that's all that they wear is what they thrifted? Like that's what this reminds me of. It's fun, it's spunky, it's quirky, it's very creative. And I feel like this could be a part of my personality because I don't know, what you see isn't always what you get. I like to think of myself as fun and spunky, a little bit unexpected. Look at the Ace of Coins. I don't know. It's just different, this deck. And you know, this deck has been around for a while in a different iteration. Originally, when she did the art for this deck, she decided to make the characters with no heads. So all the people had no heads. And she said that that was because she wanted people to look at the cards and envision themselves in there. But I just thought it was weird. So I was never drawn to it. And then I don't know how many years went by. She decided to redo the artwork in the deck and she added heads to a lot of people. And then I decided to pick it up. I don't know. The color choices. Look at this card. This is the Five of Cups. To me, she looks like Princess Leia. Isn't she cute? She looks like Princess Leia. This is a special card in the deck. It's called the Observer. Hey, Me Too, how are you? Thank you for being here. Me Too, I was running your playlist for like 24 hours. It ran all night. It ran all night. You have some long ones. I played one like at the start of my workday, and when I came back, it was like still playing. Oh, I love this one. Look at the Queen of Cups. She's so pretty. You do? That's so funny. Thank you. We gotta help each other out. We gotta help each other out. Friends, if you're not already connected to Me Too, I would highly recommend that. You know why? Because if there's anything that you want to know about how to do something on your channel or how to figure something out or how to add something to the channel, that's the place to go. That is the place to go. Look at this. The Fool card. It's so funny. Knight of Swords. Me too. Did you get any sleep at all? Goodness gracious. Foodie is here. I went to her party yesterday. Foodie's vacations. Um, I went to her. She had a party yesterday, and everybody. It was a big panel too, Vicky. It was like I think there were at least 10 people in that live, and everybody was dressed for cruise. Vicky had her sunglasses on. It was so fun. They had the music going. I think some of them had cocktails too. It was awesome. Temperance. I don't know. I think this deck is quirky and fun and a little bit unexpected. And sometimes it makes no sense at all. I feel like that's exactly how I am. All right, last night I was about to take a nap, but that only lasted for 15 minutes and you got back up again. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it, girl. I don't. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, that was my I Am the Artist. The deck that I chose as a representation of how I am as a bestie. Very knowledgeable. I agree, Vicky. Very, very knowledgeable. All right. So we're going to go to prompt number 7, okay? This is a deck that represents a place that you would love to live in or have your dream vacation. Vicky, how appropriate that you would be here for this question. Okay, a deck that represents a place you'd love to live or a dream vacation. The Oracle of Mystical Moments. No! I have Tarot of Mystical Moments, and it is a soul deck for me. I absolutely adore it. I do not have the matching Oracle though. Do you think I need that? It fits us older women becoming one with nature. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so I'm about to show you this. This is a place that I would love to uh take a vacation in, and somebody once told me that I had a past life here before. All right, this is the Sufi tarot. Sufism is like the mystical part of Islam, and I got this deck because I wanted to learn more about this culture, and I thought this deck would be a great way to do it. And I love it. There's a lot of things that relate, right? Like if you look across all the different religions, there's a lot of things that, threads that you see across all the different religions. This is a large deck. So I'll show you like here. Some of these cards have been renamed. You're going to see a lot of like deserts, and for example, this one, instead of being the king, he's the Shah. The Shah. Look at this one. This one is so cool. The Nine of Coins. You see her? Such a great card. And here, I always love like the mosaic tile work. It is so stunning. Look at that card. It looks amazing. I did learn a lot using this deck. And actually, this is one of those decks that like when I start using it, it's very hard for me to put it down. Because it's such a great reader. It works so well. It's very RWS friendly. Look at all the peacocks in that card. This is the Queen or the Malika of Cups. It's just beautiful. I just love this deck. I would love to visit a place like this. I don't even know where I would find this. I don't know, maybe Turkey. Maybe Turkey. Look at that. I'm gonna find the Shah of Swords. There's probably one laying around ready for me. See? Look at this instrument. You've seen this instrument before. Isn't that cool? There's the Temperance Angel. It's just a beautiful card. And I didn't show you, but look at the backs. It's so cool. Yes, I agree. The artwork is so, so important. This is great representation for this Ten of Staffs carrying all that bamboo. And then this one, the Four of Swords, is usually that card of rest, except look at that canopy bed out in the desert. Ah, so beautiful. And actually, I believe that this deck was put together by a compilation of artists. But you can't really tell by looking at it. Sometimes when you look at decks that were made by multiple artists, the deck looks disjointed, right? The artwork is, it's not the same, it's different. But here you don't really notice it that much. Look at this one. This one makes me sad. The Five of Coins. You see that? So yeah, I would love to go and visit. I would love to go and visit. I'm going to show you one of my favorite cards. In this deck, they call the wand staff. And the staff is represented by incense. Do you see that? That's an incense stick. Isn't that cool? They did such a nice job. I'm trying to find, hold on, one of my favorite. And then here, look, I think, what is this sport called? Isn't this like polo or something? I don't know what this is called. That's cool. Okay, I'm about to show you a favorite. This isn't the one I was looking for. That's polo, Chris. Okay, look at the two of cups. Look at that couple. Because you know what? You don't have to be young and trim and fit to find your match and fall in love. And I feel like a card like this speaks to the importance of romantic love later in life. Croquet on horses. Chris. All right, I was looking for my favorite card. Oh, look, the Emperor is called the Sultan. Isn't that good? The Sultan. The cups in this deck are so pretty. Look at this one with those little lotus flowers. It's so pretty. This, believe it or not, this is a Hay House deck. This is mass market deck. I love that the Six of Staffs is a female. Usually this is a man. Like, I've been out fighting the war, fighting the good fight, and I've come back a conqueror. But here we see a female coming back victorious. I like that. All right, where's my darn card? I'm trying to find it. Look at this one. There's a name for that kind of dance, you know, where the men wear that skirt and they have to get it to twirl a certain kind of way. It is not easy. Isn't that cool? Oh, I like this one too, with the tile. I would love to have like an entrance with this kind of tile. Isn't that awesome? Hay House does have great sales, and you know, I didn't buy this on I don't I think I pre-ordered this because I just wanted it. I was following the creator on Instagram and I was Dervish. Yes, the Whirling Dervishes. Yes, that's what it's called. It's so cool. I wanted it. I wanted this deck, so I was following the creator and I think I pre-ordered it. Isn't that cool? It's an awesome, awesome deck. I love it. The last time I used it, it was very hard for me to like, okay, let me show you the Empress. She's gorgeous. Oh, it's a great, great deck. I love this one. So this is my Sufi Tarot. Sufi Tarot, I would go. This is by Aida Hussein. And yes, the mystical dimension of Islam. This is what the book says. It teaches us to look beyond the physical with the eyes of the heart. Isn't that beautiful? Like so many times we look with these eyeballs and then we pass judgment or see things, I don't know. But what it's saying is we should be looking with the eyes of our heart to uncover the hidden and become whole versions of ourselves. Isn't that nice? It's such a great deck. Persian. So that maybe that's where it is, Persia. All right, Vicky, plan me a trip to Persia. I want to go there. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be so awesome. We should plan like a group trip. Vicky was talking about that on her channel the other day. That would be so cool. We all met up on a cruise somewhere. And then we said, bon voyage. Lori, you're leaving. Okay, bye. Thank you for being here, Lori. Thank you, thank you. She's so cute. Okay, so let me see. This is bringing us to prompt number 8. The deck that brings out your creative side. The deck that brings out your creative side. I'm about to show you yet another collage deck. Because why? Because I'm obsessed. This one right here. The Muse Tarot. She's so pretty. Have you all seen this deck? I'm sure you have. It's been around for a while. I haven't worked with it yet. It is collage style, and I have read many, many times that this is a great deck for inspiration on creative projects. I heard you from the bathroom. Vicky, help, Vicky, help. Look at how beautiful that card is. Do you see that? What is that? That's the lover's card. Look how pretty. So yeah, if you want to be inspired, if you're looking for inspiration, motivation on a creative project or endeavor, I would use this deck because it's just so cool. Look at that. There's a lot of diversity in this deck, but I feel like in this deck, everyone looks really young and uh, everyone's very thin. So it seems to me like all the body styles are the same in this deck and the age. That's the only thing. Look at that. Yeah. Her decks are good and her guidebooks are really good too. She does an awesome job with her guidebooks. And this deck is so colorful and look at that. I mean, do you see that? It's just different. A lot of these cards I feel like they go their own way too. They just do something different. Oh, this is another thing it does different. The kings in this deck are portrait, or sorry, landscape instead of portrait. So some people don't like that. Like some people want to do a spread and they hate that one card might be like this and the other card might be like this, but that's just how they did it. They decided that they were going to make the kings landscape. What can we do? This card is so gorgeous. Look, this is the ace. So instead of water, they called it emotions. Ace of emotions. Oh, it's so good. You know, Karen, speaking of Hay House sales, I got this from a Hay House sale. It was 50% off and I ended up paying $10 for this deck. See that? I really like the water suit in this deck. Usually I'm a fire sign, so I'm always trying to look at the fire suit first, but I love, look at this. The five of emotions is like frozen ice. You see that? That's so funny. I don't notice when there is no diversity, but I do notice when there is, and I like it. Yes, yes. And you know, that's something I never used to pay attention to because I felt like, well, none of the decks, when I first came to tarot, very few decks did it. So all the decks were the same like that, and I was just like, well, I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. But as we started to get more diverse creators, they started adding more representation, and then the more they did, the more people requested. So uh, I always felt like that. Like for me, I always felt like not so much, oh, there's no brown people, but I used to think, oh, everybody's skinny. Or as a person that wears glasses, right? I'm wearing contacts now, but I wear glasses too. I would be like, how come hardly anybody wears glasses in the tarot? You know, I would like to see somebody wearing glasses. So yeah, it's a very cool deck. Very unique. Look at her. She's a beauty. Yes. But I don't like it when they redo. Here's what a lot of older decks did. They redid their deck and then they put in one or two cards with a black person in it. I don't like that. Like the token black person. If they were going to do it, they would have done it from the beginning. Like they should have added more than just one. So it almost, you could tell that it's like an afterthought. Like, oh, I'll just put this in here to appease the people. I don't like that. I like it when you look at a deck and you could tell that they were intentional. They wanted to make sure that there was representation in the decks. Okay, so that was the Muse Tarot. The Muse, the beautiful Muse. Did I show you the backs? Look how pretty the card backs are. There's a sorority that has pink and green as their colors. See that? It's so good. Yes, token diversity stands out. Yeah. It shows people of every color, every age, every size. People with stretch marks, women with hairy legs, a woman presenting person with facial hair. Yes. Yes, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything for sure. All right. So the beautiful Muse. I need a sip. I need a sip. The Cozy Witch. Who is that one by? Kappas. Is that the location? Is that the location, Vicky? Tell me. Nat, tell us who did the Cozy Witch. All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna go on to number 9. The deck that represents the landscape in your dreams. Oh, the sorority. Yes. Yes. I love it. I remember the first time I saw them on campus when I was going to college in New Jersey. And I remember thinking, pink and green? That doesn't look good. But now I love it. Okay, it's by Amanda Lovelace and Andrews McNeil Publishing. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yes, I know which one you're talking about. Okay, so we're going to talk about the deck that represents the landscape in your dreams. So I'm actually working on a dream video right now. It's very challenging. And so I've been editing it for quite some time. Hopefully, I recorded it 3 times and now I'm in editing stages. I hope to get it together because I really want to show you what I do when I dream, like how I do the work. So, the deck that represents the landscape in your dreams. I chose the Earth Woman Tarot. You know why? Because my dreams are normal, right? Like they don't take place in I don't dream the way that I don't know. I just dream like you would see on television or in real life. Like regular everyday things. I would say I love this deck by the way. Look how gorgeous. This is another beautiful vibrant deck. I would say that I just dream regular. The thing is that I do feel like there's a grandmaster editor in my dreamscape because there seems to be a lot of splicing going on. And sometimes my dream, the transitions, it's just like you start in one place, you end up in another place, and where did that come from? And I thought we were talking about this. So my dreams are very confusing because of that. Because in my dream, uh, everything seems spliced together in ways that feel nonsensical. So that is what I'll say. There's no, some people have said that when they dream in these kind of like special, like, I don't know, landscapes or colors or everything looks a certain kind of way. I don't. I dream the way that, like, like the way that we are here on planet Earth. That's how I dream. The only thing is that oftentimes there's a lot of random things in the wrong place, or they don't make any sense, or you ask yourself, why is that even there? Like, how did that even show up in my dream? So, yeah, this is a really cool deck, a very easy reader. I love this artist, Tarn Ellis. It's awesome. The colors are fantastic. But yeah, it's just your regular, regular life. How are your dreams? How about you tell me that? I know I'm working on the dream video, but sometimes people don't leave comments. So tell me, what do your dreams look like? Do you have special landscapes or colors or special things that you see? Look at this card. Six of Pentacles. It's so cute. All right, I was talking about age. Look at this Ten of Pentacles. I want to be her. You see that long, beautiful white hair? So, so gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. Ta! Nine of Swords. I want to know. Tell me about your dreams. Do you dream normal like this, like regular Earth life, or do you dream in other ways? I will tell you, sometimes in my dreams, I'm somewhere that I know like the back of my hand, but not in real life. But in my dream, I do. Okay. A lot of my dreams happen on gray days with one or two things in bright colors, so I think they might be black and white. Oh, I dream in black and white. Vicky, you too? Wow. I dream in full on color. I see some magnificent things in my dreams. I'm telling you that right now. And it's like every day. Sometimes I'm like, I can't, I don't want to. I'm to the point in my dream work that I could get up, go to the restroom, come back, and then go right back to the dream. The other day I woke up from the dream and I did not want to go back to it. I did not want to go back to it, but something in my body knew that I needed to, right? I needed to go back. So I went back to the dream. And then when I came out, I recorded it. Look at this gorgeous sun card. Oh, I love this. Six of Swords. Sometimes, okay, most of the time I record my dreams like on my phone, right? I have an app and I just voice record and I save it. I dream in color also. I've had dreams about ETs, but lots of ordinary life stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's my guides, my spirit guides are doing some crazy editing, and there's things that make no sense at all. It's like 1 minute you're holding this, another minute you're holding something else, or 1 minute I'm standing here, the next second all of a sudden I'm like 25 feet down the road, like just like a movie. Like a movie I dream. The other day, I dreamt, actually, like maybe a couple of years ago. Okay, that was the Earth Woman Tarot. A couple of years ago, I dreamt in my dream I was giving someone a tour, and I knew the place like the back of my hand. And all I could think was, my God, this has changed. It seemed like I was touring them through this town that was apparently my hometown, but everything had changed. So it seemed like maybe years and years had passed since the last time that I was there. And so I toured, I went to my apartment and all the things. In this dream, I knew that place like the back of my hand, but when I woke up, it was not even anywhere here in the US. Like I don't even think it was in the US. I think it was probably somewhere, maybe another lifetime. I don't know, but it was completely different. And then recently I had a dream, and in the dream I was in a living room, and the living room was small. And I didn't stay in that dream very long. I woke up, but I woke up and I started to sketch. And I drew the floor plan of the whole house just from being in the living room. So wherever it was somewhere that I knew. I knew it like the back of my hand. I was in the living room. Look, I wrote down me, son, daughter, friend, out with cousins, Josh. I don't even know who Josh is. I woke up in the middle of the night. I sketched the entire floor plan and I labeled all the rooms. This is the front room right here, and then the master was over here. There was a room here, a room here, a room in the back, and then a bathroom here. But the bathroom could be accessed from both the master and the room in the back. Isn't that weird? And then I woke up and I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? What does that mean? I'd be having crazy dreams. Hey, Simple, how are you? Thank you, thank you. Chip! Hi, friend. You didn't stay last time. Listen, Chip, we're talking about dreams, all right? Oh, I'm sorry, Simple. I hope you feel better. Chip, listen to me. We're talking about dreams, and the other day I woke up, I was in a dream, and I was in the living room of a house that I knew. I knew it like the back of my hand. And then I woke up from the dream, Chip, and you know what I did? I sketched the entire floor plan of that apartment or house or whatever it was. That's how well I knew it. And in the dream, I was just here, sitting on a sofa. And when I woke up, I drew this whole thing. And then I went right back to sleep. This was around 3 o'clock in the morning. That's how I roll. That is how I roll. So if y'all have dreams like that, please tell me. Please, please tell me. Chip, how are you? You doing good? I hope so. Okay, I cannot even believe it. Okay, we're on prompt number 10. 10 is, I'm good, Chip. I'm good. I had a rough week this week, but I survived and I'm here. I'm here with my friends. I got my lemonade, I got my candle, I set the vibe, and you know, can't complain. Cannot complain, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Okay, number 10. Your dreams have been intense since the eclipse. hmm I think Desiree's right. I think I might be a Pisces. I thought I was Aries, but she says I'm Pisces. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But yeah, I have a lot of dreams. All right. Bye, Nat. Thank you, thank you. I'm also confused. Tell me more, Chris. Tell me more. All right. While you do that, I am going to tell you about prompt number 10. The deck that represents your life currently. This deck captures your mood, energy, or your season of life at this moment. None other than the Sasarai Beetle. You know I call this deck my sassy burrito because it is. Because it is. This deck is something else. It's no joke. It does not play. This deck does not play. This is another one that has really cool like gilded edges. You see that? It's awesome. I didn't always get along with this deck, I have to say. At first when I got this deck, I was like, what the heck? I didn't get the artwork. Like I really had to work with this deck. But now I absolutely adore it. This is my career deck. This is my work deck. Anytime I have questions about anything like that, this is the deck that I go to. Carolina, I messaged you back on my last video. Check it out. Okay, I'll do it. I'm slacking. Am I slacking? Carolina, I'll check. I'll check. Look how gorgeous she is. I will check, my friend. Why? You bought a new crystal? You bought a new crystal? I was totally checking out that crystal site, girl. Ah, her crystals are so beautiful. Oh my God. This deck is awesome. This is your everyday. This deck is good for anything. Any question that you could possibly have, this deck is going to give you the answer. It's easy, straightforward. You might not like it. You might not like what it has to say. And it could be snarky at times, a little bit sarcastic, in your face. But, you know, sometimes we need that. Sometimes, look at that. Talk about body diversity. See that? Beautiful. And here's our age. Do you see that? Love it. So yeah, this is how I'm feeling these days. Like no nonsense. No nonsense. It's time to stop fooling around and do the thing. Yep. And that is, look at that. The Sassy Burrito. No, that's not the name. It's Sasarai Beetle, but I call it Sassy Burrito. I don't like fluff in general. Yeah, this deck is like that. This deck doesn't play. This is the Nine of Cups, right? So instead of that idea of like, oh, wish fulfillment, like she's totally exploring her own self, her own sexuality. I love that. I'll show you. Let me find the High Priestess. I mean, when this card comes out, you know. You know. Six of Cups. This card. I love her Wheel of Fortune card. She actually has that tattoo in real life. The artist. Look at this guy. Every time I think of him, I'll be like, you punk. His face. His face. Like, I'll challenge you. I'll challenge you to anything. All right. Look at this one. The High Priestess. She didn't shave her legs, and she is not sorry about it. She's like, whatever. Whatever, biatch. I love this card. This whole deck is a vibe. We got our age. It's awesome. Ooh, you know what card I want to show you? Hold on, let me see if I find it. This one is awesome. You know, that idea of having to come up for air. I love this one. Look at that. The idea that it's never too late to start something new. You're never too old to try something different. Right? So good. I'm looking for, where did my favorite card go? Hold on. I gotta show it while we're on this deck. If it's not in here, I'm gonna be mad. because half of my decks are like all over the place because of the archetype series. So it could be, oh, here it is right here. 8 of Cups. She's just gonna cut it off. You know, 8 of Cups is usually that card of walking away from something. And it's not easy, it's hard. But it's time. It's time to walk away because whatever it is not helping you out at all. It might be comfortable, it might feel safe. Clint! Hi! How are you? How are you, my friend? How you doing? All right, so that is my Sasarai Beetle. I adore this deck, and this is the deck that represents my life currently. That's what I'll say. Ta! Don't make me release the Chihuahua. That's right. That's right, Clint. Get him. All right. There's a bonus prompt. There's a bonus prompt, and it's this. This one cracks me up. The deck that you secretly use for predictive readings. Now, you guys, I say this all the time. I don't do predictive readings, but that's not true. Sometimes things come up and you can't help it. And I'm a normal human being. Sometimes I get curious about things and I want to do a predictive reading versus what do I need to know today? Message from spirit. Like, sometimes that happens. So, the deck that you secretly use for predictive readings, the one that spills the real tea. Maybe you don't always admit it, but this deck knows what's coming. Immediately, this deck came to mind. Hands down. It's my Shadowscapes. Hey, John, how are you? I'm home. Here I am. Oh, good. I'm glad. Did you have a good day today? All right. My Shadowscapes. This deck. Where's my husband? I don't know, Bambi. I can't find my husband. I can't keep track of him. How am I going to keep track of yours? This deck is awesome for that. I use it for predictive readings. This is like I would call this like a chatty girlfriend. Sometimes I take this deck at night. I get under the covers. I cover my head with the thing, with the blanket. And then we just start giggling. Like, I be asking her questions and she be telling me stuff. She be making me laugh. She be making me laugh. This deck is crazy. This deck is crazy. This deck has been through heck and high water. My friend sent me this deck from France. And it got damaged in transit. Somehow it was completely waterlogged. I literally had to peel the cards apart. Some of the art peeled, some of the letters peeled. Like, it was, all right, Simple, feel better. Bambi, Magical Bambi, listen, I'm not doing readings right now, but I will do readings next week on Friday, okay? So if you want, you can, subscribe to the channel, and then that way you could receive the notification. Today I'm doing a video response. I'm not doing readings. This deck is awesome. Then I took this deck. I had to dry every single card. Of course, it was all warped and wonky. Then I took the deck and I ironed every single card. Then I got air bubbles. It's just a mess. Now, this is a mass market deck. I could have easily just go and buy another one, but I couldn't. I had to save this one. And so we've been through some things together. It's very well loved. I wanted to give her some life, so then I edged her. Look how beat up she is. You could see. She's like warped. But she's amazing. She's my bestie. and she tells me everything. And when I need to know something, real talk, right? When I want that, I grab her and she tells me. She does not hold back. She tells me. And that's my Shadowscapes. This deck, the artwork is amazing. It's so small. I wish it was available in a larger size. I keep wishing that because the artwork is stunning. There's a lot of dragons in here. There's a lot of mermaids. There's a lot of fae. A lot of mystical creatures in this deck. It's amazing. I am. I'm bonded with the deck. I'm bonded with the deck because I did so many things. And my friend kept saying, God, just throw it away. Just throw it away. And I was like, I can't. I gotta bring her back. And it's like so beat up. Look, I don't know if you could see. Let me see. You see all the markings on the card? Oh, yeah. It went through it. And she was angry at first. She was angry at first. But she's good now. She's good now. I saved her. I brought her back. I actually took this deck with me on my vacation. She went with me to Puerto Rico. The Nightbot is a little heavy. Okay, thank you for that. So I will slow down the timing. Thank you, Karen. I will try to slow down the timing. It's a work in progress. So I need to figure it out. I will be working on that. So yeah, that is the bonus prompt, the deck that you secretly use for predictive readings. And that is it, my friends. We made it through all of the prompts. Not bad. So this, hey, how are you, Charbetty? I hope I'm saying that right. Hope I'm saying that right. So yeah, that was the hashtag, my tarot identity, and it was put out by Carrie's Mystical Musings. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you. I love your sessions, love the cards. I know, it's fun. I like to read for people, I really do. But I can't do that every single time because it's very draining. So every once in a while, it's good to switch it up and do something different, which is why I'm doing the VR today. I know. I'm glad that you did. I have way more than I need or use. Karen, I didn't know you had many decks. You have a lot of decks. I need to find a storage solution for my decks. Because right now it's a mess. Right now it is a mess. Absolutely. I meant to plug the phone in so that I wouldn't die midstream, and I completely forgot there. Awesome. Okay. There we go. So yeah, that was my hashtag. That was a lot of fun. I love any opportunity to show the art in the decks, especially when there's people in the chat that don't have a lot of familiarity with tarot, because it helps to kind of overcome that, the stigma around tarot. I have mine lining the biggest opening of my entertainment center, like a bookshelf, and it's not enough space. Yes, and a lot of the storage units or whatever that they have, they're like for bookcases. So then it's not the best way to store and view your collection. So then somebody told me that they use media shelves. So I've been shopping for those. I just haven't found one that I like. I need to find one that I like better. But yeah, That is what we have, friends. Oh, so good. And it's early today. Sometimes we go on for a long time. That's the other thing. Last time I did live readings and then we were on for 3 hours and I was completely drained and exhausted last time. It's a lot. But we are done with the hashtag. I feel good and I can pull you know what? To close us out, if anybody would like a card, I can pull a card from this oracle deck here and we'll share that as a parting message. So, if you would like an oracle card, let me know. This is like one of my favorite oracle decks right now. It's Wisdom of the Sacred Oracle. It's so good. It's really pretty. If you find a good solution, I know. Every time I find one and it looks really good. Okay, Charbetty, I got you. It looks really good, but then it'll have like really bad reviews or like it's a nightmare to put it together because that's the thing. You order it and then you get it and you have to put it together. It's not going to put itself together. So I need something that's going to be user friendly. You always learn when you're here. Chip, you want a card, Chip? Tell me if you want a card. I'm going to draw a card for Charbetty. And giving the decks a shuffle. Let's clear some energy. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll pull a card. All right, Charbetty, this is for you. Ooh, you have a message of release. So it's time. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, something that doesn't belong to you, it's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. We have the card of release. Dun, dun. Card of release. So one more card and see if we could get some more insight. Here it is right here. Okay. So, you got this card here, release, right? So usually that speaks to when we hold on to stuff, right? It's a weight. It's a weight. We're holding on to it. I don't know why we do this, but we do, right? We hold on to things for longer than we need to. We think about things longer than we need to. This could be emotions. This could be people. This could be situations. We hold on to things. And so you're being reminded to let it go. Why? Because here we got the rebirth card. So that means that for any transformation to take place, you have to let go of the old to make room for the new. If you don't do that, you slow your own progress down. You slow your own progress down and you find yourself kind of reliving the same scenario or situation over and over again. Why? Because you're still holding on. There comes a moment where, you know, where we have to kind of let all that go. I see down here, like, this kind of looks like a shell, and it looks like something is rising from that. For me, that reminds me of like ritual. So perhaps you need to do some sort of ritual. I don't know what you use for cleansing, but you might try like sage or palo santo or even incense. it depends on what it is that you need to release. You might need to call for backup, right? You might need to call in Archangel Michael to come in with his sword of truth and help you cut whatever it is, cut the cords, whatever attachment is clinging onto you, so that you could get rid of that. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to complete your transformation. So that is my message for you, friend. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Let me know. I will get the cards shuffled and then I will pull for Chip. You are welcome. You are welcome. All right. Okay, Chip. Chip, this is for you. What does our miracle coach need to know? Chip, my God. Two cards came out together. They wanted to come out together. All right, I'm going to show you the first one. The first one is related to chakras. So it's the solar plexus chakra. I don't know how much you know about solar plexus, but the solar plexus is located like 3 or 4 fingers above the belly button. Okay, this is the seat of your personal power. This is where your confidence comes from, your drive and strength and determination. You see that big old sun there? The sun represents masculine energy and it represents action. It's a card of action, of taking action. We also see like the 2 owls there, wisdom. So, it's like a reminder, because sometimes our solar plexus gets carried away, right? After the solar plexus is the heart chakra, okay? And the energy should be able to flow up and down, but sometimes it gets stuck at the solar plexus and doesn't get to the heart, and that's where it kind of expands. So you have the message of the solar chakra, and then the second card that came out is a card of magic. It's a card of magic, and you see some mystical creatures there, some crystals. Um, it could just be talking about the fact that you're here, right? Sharing space with us, because I know that this is something that's usually outside of what you would normally do or where you would normally hang out. So it could be that. It could be having exposure to a space like this. I feel like we need another card. We need another card. Right here. Bloom. Bloom. It almost feels like there's transformative work going on, right? There's changes happening for your good, and I want to go back to that solar plexus card. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, solar plexus. So that's personal power, confidence, self-esteem. Okay, and you have the bloom card and the magic card. So this is overall a great reading. It's very positive and affirming. I feel like for me, you come across as a very confident person, but not confident, arrogant, just confident in a good way, right? You have this lotus here, you have this lotus here, right? So for me, that's speaking to that bloom, is speaking to when something blooms, it opens up. And when it opens up, it allows for the richness, the goodness of it to pour out onto other people. And I feel like that's what's happening. There's magic in the work that you do, and you may not think about it, but there is. You bring people together in a very special way, and you bring communities together that normally would never come together. So that is my message for you, friend. Keep doing the work that you're doing. It's paying off. That's what I'm seeing. The work that you're doing is paying off, and there's gonna be, um, you will reap those rewards, right? Because whatever you put out there, you get back tenfold. That's my message. All right, Karen Suki, thank you for being here. Bye bye. Oh, Chris, I love these cards. They're amazing. All right, so that was my message for you, Chip. And then I think Purple Moon, I think you wanted one, so I'm pull card for you. Ta. Okay, my chat was stuck. So I have the phone in front of me and then I keep the laptop over here. Hey Angela, how are you? And oh my god, that card just flew out. Well, it's a beautiful card. I'm going to show you this. Look how beautiful this card is. So Purple Moon, this is for you. Ace Zest, hello and welcome. Thank you for being here today. How gorgeous is this card? So for me, it looks like a deer. And then the keyword is grace. That's so, so beautiful. This is such nurturing, healing energy coming through. And I love all the blue. Like in this deck, I feel like they paid particular mind to the colors that they used in this deck. So for me, this color is speaking to, the throat chakra, truth, communication, self-expression, right? You have grace. I'm just checking to see if there's any keywords that might mean something special to you. When I hear that, I always think she's got beauty, she's got grace. You know, grace is something that we all aspire to have because sometimes when situations happen, it's hard to hold on to that, right? It's hard. So I'll show you the card again. And the keywords are gentleness, poise, and nature. And you have deer spirit coming in too. Hey, Animas, how are you? You have deer spirit coming in. Do you work with spirit animals? I'm just curious. I recently purchased a drum, and in my mind, I knew that I wanted it to be buffalo skin, right? I wanted it to be buffalo. And I went through this whole process with the woman that was helping me. This was a shop that I found on Etsy, and they were from the Cherokee Nation. And she showed me various drums, and she let me hear them. And at the end of the all of everything, after everything was said and done, I ended up going with deer. And so my drum is deer. I decided to bring that energy in. And I love her. She is so good. Deer spirit. Yeah. If you get a chance later, like pull it up and see what energy comes up for that. Because in my mind, like I'm immediately reminded of, I don't know if you have this deck. I have tarot landscapes, and the Empress card is represented by a deer in that deck. It's really beautiful. Awesome, awesome. All right. Was there, okay, please tell me if there was somebody that I missed because I'm just kind of winging it here. I came on today to do a VR to Carrie's Mystical Musings, and then it ended a little bit early. And I was like, you know what? Before I go, I'm gonna just pull a few cards for any friends that were hanging out in the chat. So if there was anyone that I missed, please let me know. I'm happy to pull a card before we wrap it up for tonight. I can't figure out how to change so I get alerts. I know, because you know why? You have to hit the bell on the page and then you have to click on the arrow and there's 4 options, believe it or not. If most of the time, for whatever reason, it's defaulting to personalized, I take that out and I put all, because personalized means every once in a while I'll let you know if they're going live. Also, Anna, it could be that I don't know what happened. I accidentally scheduled it thinking it was 5 p.m., but it was actually set up for 5 a.m. So it's possible that that had something to do with it too, that messed up the notifications. So don't worry, it's okay. I'm happy that you're here now. Chris, you would like a card? I'd be happy to. Yeah, go to changes. Okay. All right, Chris, let me get this deck a good shuffle. This is a great little deck. Ooh. Well, damn, Chris. Rise up. Look at that badass phoenix. I mean, that says it all. Anything that you've been squirming about or backpedaling, what do they call it? Waffling on. I don't know. Should I not? Da da da. Well, this is your yes card. Stand up, spread those wings, chest out, and do the thing. Do what you're meant to do. That's your message, friend. Boom. That's an awesome card. So beautiful. Rise up. Does it have special keywords? I feel like the keywords are just normal, but I always want to check just in case. All right. So it says ascend, breakthrough, soar above. I really like that keyword, breakthrough. Desiree, I was missing you. I was missing you. Bye, Fatima. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being here. Yes, it is a beautiful card. It is perfect. It's perfect for you. Okay, Anna. Today is my uncle's heavenly birthday. Oh, okay. I was 10 when he passed away. I knew before anyone told me. See, because you have the magic touch. That's why. You knew. You knew, my darling. All right. So Desiree, basically what had happened is that I did a VR to Carrie's Mystical Musings, and it was hashtag my tarot identity, and then we wrapped up pretty quickly. And I decided I would, maybe pull some oracle cards before we said goodbye. And I was just checking with the crowd before we wrap it up. If there was anybody that would like a reading, I'm happy to do that. You caught it while driving. Okay, that's good. Oh, Desiree, this card. Oh my god, it came out again. Chris, I just shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and the card came out again. How funny. All right, Annamez and Laura. Hi, Laura. How are you? Good to see you. All right. Give the deck a shuffle. All right. And if you're not connected to Laura, she's awesome. She does sound. She does sound healing. Oh, here it is. Wow. Speaking of, there's your card. Divine Healing. What a beautiful card. And two cards came out, not just one. Divine Healing and Growth. So this could be like spiritual growth. There's an evolution. I love that we have this shell here, right? And look at the figure at the top. This almost looks angelic, but look at that gorgeous. I'm pretty sure that's a butterfly. Yeah, it's a butterfly. It looks like an angelic figure. And there are some symbols here that to me look like she. Let me see if I can you see that? There it is right there. There's one. Here's two. And then over here, there's a third one with the lotus and the butterfly, the angel figure here. Yeah, divine healing and growth. So you're clearly going through something, but the hand of spirit, I don't know if you see this. This here, those are two hands coming from spirit. The hand of spirit is working on your healing, your personal growth, and evolution. And things are going to get better. Things are going to get better for you, friend. That's a beautiful card. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. Reiki symbols, the angel card. So that's interesting that you should say that because I used to have the tarot of the she and it had this symbol on it. I thought it was a she. So you're saying they're Reiki symbols. Ooh. Oh, Laura, you're a Reiki practitioner. Is that what that is? Tell me. Anna, I collect shells since young. Yeah. You keep them nearby. I keep a dish of shells close by. Ooh, I love that, Chris. I made a butterfly out of the shells. Oh, wow. That is so cool. That's beautiful. I love that. Beautiful. So there you have it, Anna. Maybe those hands are the hands of your uncle. Memory of my cousin. Okay. Awesome. All right, Laura, I'm going to pull a card for you. A card for you. Laura, I'm going to show you my favorite sound tool. Do you see it? It looks like it's a cylinder and it has a split down the middle. You hear it? I love this. This one is 741. Put up the channels to follow. Yes. All right. A card for Laura. Whoa. Wheel of Eternity. Look how beautiful that card is. This reminds me of that Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Eternity. I am checking to see Here. Here's the guide. Here's the keywords for this card. It's a gorgeous card. Okay. Interconnectedness, the soul's journey, and the cycles of nature. I really like that interconnectedness. The idea of interconnectedness. That is so beautiful. And it does. It looks like a flower, like blooming or spinning or changing. It's really pretty. The colors are so good. That one is beautiful. So that one was for you, Laura. Thank you for all the work that you do to bring communities together through your sound healing, which you have no idea how important and valuable that is to so many people. Like your 10-minute, I think it's your 10-minute Tuesday. I love that so, so much. So friends, if you're not connected, please connect to Laura. Beautiful. All right. Chris, I also saw the wheel like the third eye. Yes. Yes. And with those colors, yeah, I could see that. Third eye. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. Cha, cha, cha. All right. Was there anybody else? Yeah, Anna. You're a mod, Anna. You're a mod, Anna. Awesome. All right. Anyone else that was waiting for a card? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yay, yay. I hope everyone has amazing plans. Just before I started this live stream, there was this you're back for more, you guys. That's my daughter in the chat. Mizu. Mizu. That's my daughter in the chat. Hello and welcome, sweet daughter. Would you like me to pull a card for you, my dear? Tell me. Tell me if you would like me to pull a yes. This is a delight. This is a delight. Maya! Maya, oh my God, look. Soul connection. I knew it. I'm telling you. I know. Me and this girl have had many, many lives together. And I know that we have had so many different adventures. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it. Look at this. Soul connection. That's right, my sweet girl. We're bonded like peas in a pod. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Maya, I had a dream with you. I was talking about dreams earlier. Okay. I had a dream this morning. We were going to a water park and it was supposed to be a mother-daughter adventure. And then when we got there, you met up with people that were your age group. And so you went to hang out with them. And then I felt sad, but also happy that you had somebody to be with, right? So that like bittersweet. And then at some point, another woman joins me and she had a younger child. And she tells her younger child, "Oh, look, there's Maya. You should go and play with her." And I looked at her and I was just like, can you see that she's like with other people like that are, you can't send like your young child to go and play. I felt like instantly annoyed. I should have been annoyed that you didn't want to hang with me, but I was annoyed that she wanted to send her kid over there for you to play with. And then I woke up. Maya is in my dream. Like Maya is in almost every single one of my dreams. She's always like a side character. Sometimes it's her. Sometimes it looks like her. Sometimes she's in a different form, but I know that it's her. Like it's so weird because in my dream world, I recognize her instantaneously. I recognize her energy. It's the weirdest thing to describe. But yeah, awesome, 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 awesome. All right. Anyone else? Beautiful Desiree, did you have a good day? I dreamt a bunch of others. It's strange. Sometimes my dreams are strange too. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes my dreams are whoppers. They're whoppers. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, if there's no one else, then I mean, we could say goodbye. I guess we could say goodbye. A whopper is a good way to put it, right? Very busy day closing the books. It's always stressful. Wait, are you like done with work or are you still working? Is it time for Prosecco? Tell me. Tell me everything. Prosecco time. Haha. Yeah. Awesome. There's always tomorrow. That's right. There's always tomorrow. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know there's some people that are like listening in the background or running the live to help. I'm so grateful and appreciative. Um, I have to say I am very close in my watch hours. I have about 250 hours left in order to be partially monetized. I'm very excited because then I can showcase my channel store on my YouTube shelf, the way that they call it. Um, well, Angela, did I pull for you? I feel like did you ask me for a card? Oh, tell me if I got you or not. If not, I'll get you. Um, But yeah, it's very exciting when you work so hard towards something and then it starts to become like, oh my God, this is almost happening. Like, this could be for real. You were just listening. Okay. Yeah, I'm subbed. I know, Anna. You're good people, Anna. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I heard somebody say the other day, I'll see you on these YouTube streets. And that's exactly right. I will see you guys around. Thanks for being here. Bye.